Good morning, Don Winter from Panama Guide. I'm using my other camera here. This is my webcam video. We're having a birthday party for my daughter, so my wife's got my primary camera, so I'm using this. Today is the 5th of December, 2012. Here's everything that's worth talking about in Panama today in 10 minutes or less. Okay, from the La Prensa newspaper, there's a story about a sale of land that went to a deputy that's in the Cambio Democrático party, and it's in La Prensa, and they're trying to make something out of it. She's from that area. She's bought the land, and you know they're trying to find out whether or not something actually, if there's something irregular about this purchase of land. It's hard to say. I don't think so, but you know, it's on their front page today, so it's maybe a start of a scandal or a growing thing. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not convinced on that story yet. All right, here's the Panama America. The Panama Canal gave more than $1 billion to the government of Panama this year. That's about the same as last year. A little bit less. I think it was $1,040-something million last year, and it was $1,030-something million this year. No doubt about it, the Panama Canal gives a lot of money to the government of Panama. And the interesting part, in this story, they kind of buried the headline. Since the government of Panama has had the canal for 12 years, and in that time, they've received about $7.6 billion over the entire 12-year period. The last 2 years has been $2 billion. 1 and 1 in the last 2 years. So $7 billion over 12 years, $1 billion in the last 2 years running. So they're getting more and more money out of the canal. And then once the expansion of the Panama Canal is complete, then that's going to double. That number is going to go to about $2 billion a year. That's after operating costs. So the canal is going to generate about $5 billion a year. The expanded canal is going to generate about $5 billion a year in total revenue. About $3 billion a year of that is going to be spent in Panama operations and maintenance, and then after the bills are paid, the leftover goes to the government of Panama. So right now it's about $1 billion a year. That's going to double. So obviously the Panama Canal generates a lot of money for the government of Panama, and that's a good thing. Popping over to the Estrella, they're continuing on their story that they've been following on this network of fraud artists or scammers their headline today that they've been operating for the last 4 years. And again, this is using fraudulent means and documents to steal land from people, and everybody is continuing to investigate that story, and it's gaining more traction. Okay, into the Critica, then this is just a sad story. Up in Chiriquí, this girl, Aida Guadalupe Guerra, was murdered. She was killed, and her body was burned, and it was just a sad thing. Yesterday afternoon, they identified her body, and her family members are just reacting. And it's a sad story. Also in La Critica, there was a semi-submergible loaded with drugs. Don't know how much yet, maybe 2 or 3 tons. This is one of those things where the Panamanian authorities were notified by Costa Rica and the DEA, the U.S. DEA. They found the sub. There it is. And, you know, yeah, semi-submersibles loaded with 3 or 4 tons of cocaine, and off we go. The drug trafficking thing continues. All right, there was a story here that I've lost. The Panamanian Interpol has detained 4 people from different nationalities that are wanted in their home countries. I had the thing loaded up, but it's dropped off of my face here, so I can't see it. I know there was somebody from Holland, and there was one guy from the U.S., but they've all been rounded up, and they will be sent back to their home countries. In Telemetro, the Electoral Tribunal has removed the protection from Giacomo Tamburelli. He was in the Panamanian government working with Martinelli from the election up until last, let me see, October, I think he resigned recently. And again, it's an investigation of his use of the funds of the national help program, the PAN, the Programa Nacional de Ayuda, and there's questions about how the management of the funds. So it's a corruption investigation. Okay, Juan Carlos Navarro is signing up for his run for the presidency for the PRD political party. As such, he is going to take a leave of absence from his position as the General Secretary of the PRD, and that will be in effect until 13 March 2013. That is when the PRD's internal primary election is going to occur. So when the primary goes off, then I suspect he's going to win, so he's going to continue on his leave of absence. But he doesn't want to be a candidate and also the General Secretary of the party at the same time. Legally, he could be, but he doesn't want to be. So his leave of absence is going to start apparently tomorrow. Okay, same kind of story for Ferrufino, who says he's going to be resigning from his position as the Minister of Social Development so that he can run for presidency, to be in the primary for the Cambio Democrático party. And someone should let him know that he doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell of winning, but whatever, he's going to keep doing his thing. Unless some other candidate emerges, he's got the most name recognition within the CD, so yeah, he might have a chance of winning a primary, but he's not going to get elected, I don't think, to the presidency of the country. But again, that's just me. Okay, in the Diario newspaper, there was a bus that rolled over, and luckily there was nobody on it. So the driver was hurt, but nobody else was. And apparently it was one of these things where there's a ditch off the side of the road, so the guy loses control of the bus, and the bus rolls over, and off we go. But once again, nobody was hurt in that except the driver, so that's a good thing. Now, the last story, there's the firemen in the fire department of Panama they want more money, so they're asking for a raise. And here's this guy Gomez, who's chained himself to the steps, and he's on a hunger strike. So they're doing anything they can to get their cause in on the front page of the newspaper. So there he is in the Dia Dia, and they're trying to draw attention to their desires. So anyway, there you go. Hey, 8 minutes, boom, in and out. I'm done. There's the news of today, worth whatever it is that's making headlines in Panama, and that's a wrap. Thanks for watching. Tell your friends. Thanks for subscribing to Panama Guide. Only subscribers can see these videos. Hopefully your clue bag is just that much heavier. Have a great day, and I'm out. Bye.